Well, this one is we're finally down to dungeon level 20. I did pop over here. I saw a whole bunch of orcs, which are annoying, and they gave me little nothing. They're gonna waste my time. They give me no experience. So I've done a bit of video editing, which frankly I hated because when I was younger, video editors used to be so much simpler to use, and now they've become more complicated and less practical. So we'll try to record the whole thing, see if we can find this 5, and ideally maybe I'll snip the parts that are boring. I'm a wisdom, does nothing. I'll just wear it. It's an empty slot, basically just inventory. I don't have anything to find treasures. Like I don't have a rod of find treasure, which is really good to have. Shovel, do not need it because I can cast turn stone to mud. Shovels are heavy, they are worthless in money, so there's no point for me carrying it. Really gonna grind these wargs. Remember, wolves will not charge you unless you are bleeding, so unless your hit points is in the red. So you can stand still and kill them, and if they, because they're scared of you essentially, if you're out in the open they will try to gank you all in one go. Like if you're here, they will try to charge into you, but then you can just retreat there and they won't come bite you anymore. In this particular case, it's generated. See, this is all full of orcs. It's pointless to go there. It's generated a 5, but monster level only 4, which is good. That means that there shouldn't be anything really dangerous protecting the object. We'll see what it is. Ideally, a artifact light. Although, in reality, any 5 that you find is always going to be something that you can then use for a good bit of your run. Because if you find like a really good bow, yeah, well then you're gonna buy some arrows and shoot stuff with your really good bow, for example. When you need to explore the map, I like to basically do a circle. So if I have here, I'll come here, I have this choice to go up here or down or here to the left. I do not want to do that. I want to either go here and go all around and try to all do the edges and leave the middle blank. Or I would have gone here and then try to go down and circle. Obviously, if you have like an arc in stone, so for example here, I'm not going to go down here. I will do it later. These are the orcs that I was telling you about. I'm just going to teleport away and look for something else. In this case, because I know there's a spot I do not want to go to, I'm going to kind of break my own rules. It's not something that you must do. It's just for convenience when you're trying to explore the dungeon, really. Okay, when you're fighting firehounds, always be on the lookout if they are breaking your books. And ideally, don't fight them. You'll find monsters called hellhounds later on. And they are such pointless monsters. The only thing that they exist for is to burn your books, burn your stuff. They're not going to kill you. They don't have the... if you have no fire resistance whatsoever by the time that you find hellhounds, maybe, yeah, but that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is that they really only exist to burn your gear. Lightning bolt, I don't have a keybind for it because it's very weak and it's very rare that I use it. Let's see what this is. Wooden torch. I am carrying 2 torches that I found just because they're 300 gold each, and you know, 600 gold is not bad. As you can see, I sold some stuff and now I have 7,000 gold, and I bought a book 4 for mages, and this book is the one that has teleport other. I need to be level 23. I'm already level 18 because earlier on it's really easy to level up. Also, some mobs like the druid, like the kobold archer, you do need to learn that they can occasionally like roll a very high score when they attack you, and just be mindful of your hit points. I got another ring of protection. Ring of protection is one of the weakest objects in the game. A ring of protection +8 gives you +8 armor class. Armor class does almost nothing. I mean, there was a discussion like if you have what's it called? There's a weapon in the standard artifact set that gives you +50 armor class. And someone was saying, well, you know, if you have that, you can really feel the difference with the +50. Yeah, of course you can. It's +50. +50 is ridiculous. You're not going to find a ring of protection +50. You find it maybe +15. And that is really not a lot. This is probably where the object is. This is one of those checkered rooms. Let's see if there's anything nasty inside it. Doesn't seem like it. There's worm tongue. Maybe it's a good idea to kill him now, see if he drops anything. The lower you are when you kill a monster, the better their drop is. The actual developer has explained to me that there is a limit, and that limit is about twice as much as their normal depth. But that is still a really big swing, so that means that unless you are talking about the really, really, really early uniques, you absolutely can wait and kill them later. Like, for example, Bull Roar. Bull Roar, you find them at like dungeon level 6, and he's never gonna drop anything. Maybe once in a blue moon, really, but otherwise. Notice that I've done about 2 levels just from casting all my spells. Every time you cast a spell for the first time, you get a bonus in experience points. I've got Identify. I'm going to cast it right now. I'm at 246 needed. Stone Curse, I made 46 experience points. No, 66? Yeah. Not bad, not bad. This shield probably provides resistance to fire and cold. There's only one type of item that gives me resistance to both fire and cold, and that's resistance. A shield of resistance. Now, normally this would not be a 5, but it is a 5 because it has a... Was it not cursed? Yeah, it is cursed. And the game it's a bit weird. No, this is curse. The game is a bit weird, and if an object has a curse that gives you a bonus, then it will increase the amount of money that you sell. So one of these 2 should be selling for quite a lot of money, and because essentially the game only understands values of money, that's how it's going to tell you if something believes it's an artifact. This has a penalty to attack, to damage actually, and it's a ring of the mouse. To be fair, it's not. They're not complete shit. They're really not objects that I enjoy playing with. Ooh, I read a scroll teleport level apparently. They're not objects that I really enjoy playing with. Essentially, they prevent you from attacking monsters. I mean, you can attack, but you do get an enormous penalty to the damage that you do, so you do damage 0. However, they do give you a bonus in stealth and dexterity, and I suppose you could use it to bring your stealth up. My stealth is now good. If I put this up, it is superb. It doesn't have any negative effects to it, aside from the other negative effects like the ring of escaping. And so it's not completely horrendous. Just, you know, there are better ways to go about playing your game. This is an annoying situation because I do not have resist acid. That's a water hound. It means it uses acid as an attack. These two are likely going to blind me. They can also briefly paralyze me for 1 turn by casting a spell. This can summon other monsters. This may seem like a not dangerous situation, but it can easily cost me a lot of mana potions. And so, bye-bye. Remember that we are still really early on, and there's only one thing that we want right now, and it's an artifact light. I still do not have anything that gives me free action, and it's not great being at dungeon level 20, but there will be nothing yet here that gives me free action, so Stinking Cloud is a surprisingly good spell. I'm gonna recall right now. I'm gonna go sell a bit of this stuff. I'm really curious how much they sell. So, too long didn't read. There are some cursed items that sell for a lot of money. Not that one. It didn't. I can sell Identify because I can cast it. I forgot to drop these. When you buy your Scrolls of Recall, don't just buy one to return. Buy a whole bunch, because monsters can burn them, and you really do not want to be in that situation. Buy critical critical wounds potions. These are almost end game. For some character classes, they are end game. It's just a good idea to keep as many as possible. If you can buy 40, buy 40 of them. There's 2 lanterns, 728 gold. Again, it's not a lot, but a little by little, it really does matter. And you do have the black market where you want to go and buy your stuff. We're gonna go here to see if there's any intelligence or free action. There's free action, fantastic. Don't make the same mistake that I used to make when I was young, which is you look at the armor class and think, oh, this one has a better armor class rating than the other one. The armor class rating almost means nothing. What's really important is what that item does for you and how much does it weight. So if something weights a lot, don't use it. I'm gonna buy a Potion of Enlightenment. Those are great when there actually is a drop that you want on the level. Those are the rings, but we're not gonna don't have 13,000. Not gonna bother buying them. Rings of Constitution. Everyone loves them in the industry, so to speak. I don't think they're that great. Oh, actually I made a mistake. I'll do something a sec. I need to test this wand. So. Only the priest is a better class than the mage. Better, I mean, so to speak. The mage has almost everything that you could want as utility spells. The mage has, the priest has literally everything that you could ever ask for in utility spells. It doesn't really have a lot of good attack spells, but it has one attack spell, which is called Orb, and Orb damages everything. It's the same thing as Magic Missile, does more damage than Magic Missile, nothing resists it. It does double damage to... Oh, I forgot to sell the Wisdom thingy. That's it. Oh, look, we got a 7. Let's see what's on the 7. This is a vault. This is a proper vault. You can call it a mini vault, which is small, but it is a proper vault. So the reason is that there's a door here. Not a door, there's a piece of granite here, and there's a piece of granite here, and then there is an impassable stone. So let me show you. This is granite. It is the hardest stone to dig. You can dig it with just being very strong, but you do need a very high stat and a heavy weapon. And if you just have a dagger, you'll need a very, very high stat. This is impassable stone. You will never be able to dig it. Now they call it permanent wall. It used to be impassable. Here we said that there's only these cheap monsters. There might be something else there that I'm not identifying. Let's see what it is. Okay, nothing special. They're all lined up in a row. I'm gonna kill them. Ring of Ice, fantastic. Rapier's Label. Go straight ahead, kill the Ring of Protection. Activate. No, actually, I've already identified it, so don't need to do it. Mushrooms, I'm picking them up. I may drop them. The rogues are kind of annoying. However, they are blocked behind. There's 2 rogues there. They can't steal my money. They can take away about half of what I've got. But they will be hidden behind this guy. They cannot push past him. He's going to take at least 2 lightning bolts. My lightning bolt is going to injure those. They will panic and try to run away. Ooh, there it is. Artifact light. Oh, El Bling Bling. Okay, so we have got our first artifact. We'll read magic mapping. Ring of free action. Instead of the ring of the mouse. Okay. Let's see what this guy does. When you are in the dungeon and you like to identify stuff, don't identify everything at the same go. Remember to recover your mana, because otherwise you might be stuck and get killed. Let's kill Feather Falling. It's worthless when it comes to money. The Vial of Wildorm does resist the sound. It's not very important, but I guess there are some endgame mobs that do use sound. Kronos uses sound and does a lot of damage with it. And a lot of times you cannot resist, you will not have resist sound and resist shards. So I suppose it's not terrible. It's kind of the equivalent of that torch that does resist chaos. I was kind of hoping something that had strength bonus, intelligence, or dexterity, or constitution, one of those 4. So we may still get to level 28 and scum a little bit, see if we can find anything else. But, okay. Ring of reaction. Ball and chain. Scrolls of darkness. When you get these things, go ahead and ignore them straight away. Satisfy hunger. Level 19. I can already cast my frostball. Let's go ahead and cast it. Some experience points. I'm at 840. 688. Nearly to 150 experience points just for having done that. This should be, it's a 7. With the stuff that I found, it should be about, oh no, there's godly insights. Okay, so this will be a 9, almost certainly. This is worth 25,000 to sell. I'm going to show you as soon as I get the level of feeling is going to be a 9. $5. Oh, it must have been dropped. It was dropped. Okay, so here's an important bit. Dropped means that it's a randomly generated treasure. It is generated at the beginning of the when the whole dungeon level is generated. If you are opening a chest, the objects in the chest are only generated after you open the chest. So in theory, if you save scum, you will get different things. Dropped means that you kill a monster and the monster had it. It does not count towards this number. If there's a little orc and the orc is carrying the 1 ring, that does not change the level feeling. Only objects which are generated on the floor. If I look at the vial, it would say found lying on the floor. Only these actually matter for that. Now, I'm going to be a coward and I'm going to recall straight away. Why not? I got a lot of stuff that I wanted. So I got my first artifact light. This kind of works as an artifact light. The reason is that later on you are really pressed for space. You'll have a lot of things that you want to carry and you only have up to the W slot. And once it's full, it's full. And because of this, if you have like a lantern, needing to have 1 slot for fuel is really annoying. There you go there, sell this. It sells for, well, in this case, 13,000. Fine, you know what? I'm happy with that. Sell the ball and chain, sell the scroll, sell the pink potion of intellect. We'll buy this back. As you may have noticed, it only cost 1,000 to buy it back. You can do Control P and you'll see the latest message. You sold the potion of intellect for 13 gold. You bought it for 1,000. Fine. Our mana just slightly jumped because we've only gone from 17 to 18. It's not a lot. The next one is going to make it skyrocket. So, wisdom. Now, the vial gives me free action. Prevents paralysis. The gauntlet of free action gives me free action. The ring of free action gives me free action. I don't really need more than 1, but I'm going to sell the rings. I'm also going to sell these. I am not going to sell the gauntlets. The reason is if I find another light and I switch, I do not want to, by mistake, find that I don't have anything that has free action on it. Buy a whole bunch of these. I got 6. 6 should be plenty. Let's see if there's anything decent in here. Nope, nothing. The ring of the mouse, I can sell it because I'm not using. Well, I suppose I could right now. Rapier Slave, I mean, it does 6 damage. If I take this out, it does 19. I guess that's not horrible, but really, you can't kill almost anything with it. It's a toss whether you want to use it for stealth. I'll probably find something better right now. You know what? Let's not do either one. I'll keep the rapier. It only weighs 4 pounds. I'll wear that. I'll sell these ever-burning, these 2 lanterns. I'll sell the mushrooms. Of the mushrooms, there's only really like 2 or 3 at most that are useful, and in the end it will certainly only be one, and that is the mushroom of vigor. I really need to learn to trim these videos because otherwise they get way too long. I'll let you know if anything else fun happens.